Go to fat camp, you ugly fat woman. Somebody yelled at my wife and then literally spat in her face. I would never have believed that people would fat shame my poor wife Doris like this in the middle of the day, just because she was overweight. After so many years of failed diets, fake miracle pills, and excruciating hours spent at the gym, my wife was now exhausted and at the end of her rope. Look, this is me now. I can't hide this anymore. How can you still love me? I wish I could help her. But when the doctors told me that I was morbidly obese and had to spend the few months I had left on this earth confined to a wheelchair, I thought, this is it. There's nothing else we can do. But why am I sharing this tragic story with you today? Well, because as it turns out, it's anything but tragic. Because a true miracle changed our lives. A mind-blowing simple daily habit, which has allowed me to lose more than 28 pounds in no time and help my wife completely get rid of all the extra fat she carried around her belly, melt the love handles around her waist, and tone her flabby arms and legs. And best of all, we didn't count calories or weight and measure. We didn't set foot in a gym for a second. And most importantly, we didn't diet at all. In fact, we both continued to eat our favorite foods and still managed to lose weight even while sleeping. And the good news is, you can do it too. Because whatever you may have been told by your doctor, weight loss gurus, or the mainstream media, in a few moments, I'll show you a major discovery, which has already changed the lives of tens of thousands of overweight people, that can effectively suppress appetite, stop food addiction, and help anyone burn extra pounds at an accelerated rate while transforming fat into pure energy. A discovery so powerful and effective, which has been deliberately kept from you, but what I believe is a corrupt and dishonest big food industry hell-bent on profiting from your misery. Now, let me tell you what this state-of-the-art, unique fat loss discovery is not. It is not a drug. It is not a pill. And it's definitely not magic. Instead, it's a solution based on decades of nutritional science coming from Stanford, Harvard, and many other respectable institutions. Scientifically proven to work even if you're struggling with 30, 40, or even 60 pounds of unwanted, stubborn fat. And the best part, it's fast, natural, and completely safe. So far, more than 74,000 women and men just like you can fully vouch this shortcut to weight loss really, really works. People like Carla M. of Charlotte, North Carolina, who says,
I can't believe that my doctor never told me about this. He insisted surgery was the only option that I had, but when I finally found out about this from a friend, I realized he was straight up lying to me. Basically, this brought my weight to where it was 30 or 35 years ago. No more flabby belly, no more loose and crepey skin, and no more oversized dresses.
Or James B. from Syracuse, New York, who says,
this is truly a game changer. None of that fake stuff that's sold all over Amazon, which frankly for me never worked. So far, I've lost over 30 pounds, and I'm just getting started. My blood pressure, my cholesterol, and my general health are now fantastic. I'm in better shape now than I was 20 years ago, and I actually have visible abs for the first time in my life.
Or Christine from Santa Ana, California, who says,
I was cursed with a huge belly and flabby arms all my life. Not anymore.
Or Andrew from Lincoln, Nebraska, who says,
I have lost so much fat, it is absolutely crazy. Now I feel in top shape every day.
Or Danielle from Plano, Texas, who says,
I cry with joy every time I look at these pictures. My husband is still stunned by my transformation.
Or Jeremy from Columbus, Ohio, who says,
everyone should try this, and I mean it. I've never looked better in my entire life.
Even honest scientists are thrilled by this. Here's what Professor Jonathan Robert, independent health researcher and weight loss expert, has to say.
After carefully reviewing the scientific evidence presented, I must say that I have never seen such a revolutionary approach when it comes to dealing with weight loss. Indeed, in my opinion, everyone should take advantage of this if they struggle with losing weight.
These transformation stories could be your story. And today, I'm going to present you all the undeniable scientific evidence that proves this is 100% possible, no matter what your desired weight goal is. And answer the most burning question any man or woman suffering from weight gain problems might have. What is the fastest way I can lose 10, 20, or even 30 pounds of fat and keep it off? How do I stop giving into temptation? How can I burn fat without giving up my favorite food? And last but not least, how come some people never get fat no matter what they eat? And I promise you this, once you'll find out how ridiculously simple it is to lose weight, you're going to feel the difference right away. And you'll wish you'd used this years ago. And just imagine the difference this could make. Imagine cranking up your metabolism to where it's burning fat all the time. When you sleep, after you eat, when you're watching TV, or just hanging out with your family or friends. Imagine how much more energy you'll have and more confidence in the way you look. No more worrying about others judging you. No more yo-yo dieting. No more blaming yourself for how you look. How's that sound? Today, you can finally get back in control of your weight. But I have to warn you, if you suffered from long-term weight gain for years, if you don't want to end up paying more than $20,000 for dangerous weight loss surgeries, if you're sick and tired of feeling embarrassed in public and being the laughingstock of mean people, you need to take action right now. You see, whatever you've been told about being fat, it's far worse than you think. Getting fat is something which in fact happens against your will. And right now, you're being tricked, deceived, and lied by everybody who wants to profit from your pain and struggle. This will end today, as I'm going to make your blood boil with anger once I'll expose how the big food industry has turned you into a helpless food addict. Hint, it has to do with something despicable they put in your favorite food. Now, if you're a little skeptical about all this, I completely understand. I've been in your shoes. I know how it feels. Conventional diet, eating, and weight loss advice has failed me so many times, and it's my only mission to stop it from failing you. That's why you need to know the truth. No matter how painful it is, it's your life on the line. But before we get into that, let me first introduce myself and explain why I decided to share this life-saving information with you. Hello, my name is Matthew Harris. I'm an independent investigative journalist, and for the past 20 years or so, I have fought hard to expose high-level corruption cases, money laundering, and the nefarious practices of the big pharma and big food industries. And while I've always put the public's interest above everything else, I've made one crucial mistake. I've never really taken care of my health. So almost half of my life, I've suffered from weight gain. Not only me, but also my beautiful wife, Doris, who at one point was gaining around 2 pounds of fat every other week. Luckily, our 2 young kids were still slender and full of energy. But for me and my wife, it was like every morning we would wake up even fatter than the night before. And even more so after those 2 darn years of pandemic. With all the stress and problems going on, unknowingly we started to eat more. It sounds pathetic, I know, but over time, food has become my best friend. It's comforting. It doesn't talk back to you. It tells you you're okay. But deep down, I knew I wasn't, and my life was getting worse day by day. I couldn't even go camping with my son and keep up with him because he's 120 pounds and he's a firecracker. So there was no way I could keep up with him. And that was eating me up inside. Even taking a shower became a difficult and disgusting task. You know how it is. With a lot of skin and flabs, fat hanging out everywhere, I would stand in different angles in the mirror and say, okay, not too bad. I was in complete denial. But one day, I felt something wrong going on with my heart. The chest pain was sharp, and left me gasping for air, almost paralyzed. I got scared, and finally I went to see a doctor. After a series of long and expensive investigations, I looked over and down on my chart and saw the words, morbidly obese. That was spine-chilling and a true eye-opener. I had to do something immediately. So, with the help of an old friend of mine, Charles Roberts, I went to Stanford University's world-famous Human Performance Lab. This is the place where the top athletes of the world come to see how their bodies can perform better. There, among a dozen or so tests, I took a special DEXA scan to measure exactly how much fat, muscle, and bone mass I have in my body. Even the doctors were stunned when the results came in. It turned out that half of me was fat. It was like I was carrying around a dead body on me. The X-ray scan showing how my body looked inside was absolutely horrible. And if you're struggling with extra fat, you too can make a pretty accurate idea of your situations as well. There was so much fat inside of me that my internal organs literally started shifting. My heart was practically wrapped in visceral fat. And so were my liver, my spleen, and my lungs. And even though I was in my mid-40s when I took the breathing test, the experts told me I was breathing like an 85-year-old. Fat was literally choking up my body from the inside. The doctors warned me that if I didn't do something, I would soon become tied to a wheelchair for the rest of my life and then die. Imagine that. I didn't tell Doris anything. I didn't want to scare her. You see, my poor wife's situation was even worse. On her way home from the grocery store, she passes by this gym, and a lot of ripped men and women look at her with pity and disgust. "Go to fat camp, you ugly fat woman," someone yelled at my wife, and then literally spat in her face. People are that evil, and they always judge you by your looks. One evening, I caught my poor Doris crying as she was struggling to put on a nice dress she got as a present from our kids. But try as she might, the dress didn't fit her. It was bursting at the seams and clumps of fat were bulging everywhere. "Look, this is me now. I can't hide this anymore. How can you still love me? I wish I could just die already." I felt her pain, but I tried to hide mine. I gave her a gentle kiss and tried to cheer her up somehow. So I took out our old family photo albums and started reminiscing about the good old days. Our wedding, the birth of our kids, and all that. Then, with tears in her eyes, my wife asked me, "Dear, how did we get so fat? What did we do wrong?" It was a very good question. Looking at the pictures, the evidence was undeniable. As years passed by, we both got fatter and fatter. But why? That night I couldn't sleep at all. My mind was racing fast and asking a million questions. What was the thing that made us fat? Was there any real way to undo this? And if yes, how? What's puzzled me most is that year after year, we tried to do exactly what all the fitness gurus and experts recommended. Exercise, keep food journals, follow the latest diet, try the best Amazon supplements and powders. Yet more and more fat was coiling like a snake in our bellies, thighs, back, hips, arms, everywhere. So if we literally tried every trick in the book, and then some to lose weight, then why didn't we? According to a revealing study coming from the Harvard School of Public Health, the cases of accelerated weight gain have doubled over the last 25 years. Yet, the human body hasn't changed in the last 25 years, right? So what caused such a drastic upsurge of weight gain? There had to be something else. And boy, I was in for a big surprise. As I stumbled upon some old images of us at the beach in the 70s, both of us were looking prime. Our skin was firm, our muscles were toned, I didn't have fat belly, and Doris was looking absolutely gorgeous. Yet I can tell you one thing for sure. Back then, neither I nor my wife were doing much exercising, and we ate all the wrong foods. So how come we were not fat at all? Try as I might, I couldn't figure it out. Yet as I kept watching, I noticed something else truly incredible. Nobody, not a single person was fat. It was like I was looking at an alien race where everybody was slim and fit no matter their age. Right then and there, my investigative gut told me I was onto something big, something huge. So for the next few weeks, I dedicated my time and resources to solve this mind-bending puzzle. But almost every explanation I could think of turned out to be untrue. Yet, the astonishing answer, which finally allowed me, my wife, my family, and thousands of other people just like you to finally get rid of all of our unwanted fat and regain our normal weight came after I asked one seemingly stupid question. What was the diet of the 1970s when almost everybody was slim and fit? They were eating white bread and jam, ice cream and Oreos. They were not eating quinoa or kale. They were not counting calories. And they did not have fancy weight loss apps and trackers. As a matter of fact, they were not even really exercising much. These people were doing everything wrong. Yet there was no obesity. Why? Was it because they were eating less back then than we do today? Well, as a matter of fact, no. In fact, people were eating more in the 70s, but there's a huge, huge catch. After crunching dozens of national studies and government databases, I've discovered one crucial truth. Despite eating more, people back then were also eating differently. A nationwide study coming from the US Department of Agriculture revealed something really bizarre regarding our modern eating habits. Now, we eat more chicken and less beef than we used to. Also, we consume on average 36 pounds of cooking oils every year. That's more than 3 times as much as we did in the early 70s. We're also eating a lot more cheese, 21.9 pounds a year. That's nearly 3 times the average annual consumption in 1970. We buy half the total potatoes, but 3 times more chips. We eat less sugar, but a lot more corn-derived sweeteners. More chicken, more cheese, more chips, and more artificial sweeteners. At first, I couldn't make any sense of this. Naturally, I asked myself, what made us change our eating habits? Is it because we're hungrier? Is it because we love chicken and cheese more than beef now? Or is it something more nefarious going on? Well, I hate to be the bringer of bad news, but the answer will scare you and make your blood boil with anger. You see, the shift in our eating habits has not happened by accident. Not at all. In fact, Dr. David Kessler, former head of the FDA, recently admitted this on CBS News. This was deliberately designed by big food companies. You see, there's one simple truth nobody is telling you. Food companies have a different objective than you do. They want you to buy a lot of their food, even if it's bad for you, even if it makes you gain weight, even if it makes your life miserable. That's why every year they pour $3.5 billion into research to come up with new ways to sell you tasty, quick, and above all, addictive food. Food that will make you eat more, as when Lay's bragged about the weekly addictive quality of its potato chips, advertising, "Bet you can't eat just one." That's why now we have a constant battle with the desire to overeat, because of the food designed to trick our brains. We've switched from eating because we're hungry to eat because our appetite is constantly aroused. This is called hyper-eating. Just put your hand on your stomach right now. If all you feel is just fat that you'd like to go away, then you've been taken for a fool by big food companies. But how? How did the food companies trick us to eat more? After weeks of research and talks with top nutritionists, and even off-the-record interviews with insiders and whistleblowers from the big food industry, here's the ugly truth. Chicken nuggets. We eat more than double than we did in the 70s. But why? Is it just because chicken is magically delicious? Well, not really. Let's see how they trick you into eating more chicken. First, the factory deep fries the chicken and freezes it, so the fat is loaded into the chicken meat. The restaurant fries them again, which doubles or even triples the loaded fat. Then, you serve the chicken with a sweet and salty dipping sauce. In the end, the chicken pieces are both loaded and layered with sugar on salt, on fat, on fat. Delicious? Yes, says your brain, which gets addicted to not one, but 3 dangerous and highly addictive ingredients: sugar, salt, and fat. How about potato chips? The core ingredient of the potatoes is carbohydrates, which is a fancy name for a bunch of addictive sugars joined in a chain. Cut into chips and deep fry them, now you have fat loaded into them. Add some cheese, sprinkle lots of salt, and there you have it. Addictive salt on fat, on fat, on sugar, which again tricks your brain into non-stop eating. The manufacturer profits from your addiction, while you get stuck with cramps, bloating, and lack of energy that makes your life miserable, which it shouldn't be. The same goes with cheese, which now contains even more addictive salt, sugar, and fat than in the 70s. But let's say you don't eat cheese, you don't like chips, and you don't eat chicken. You'd think you'd be in the clear, right? Well, actually, no. Another way big food companies trick our brains into eating more is via artificial sweeteners, which are literally everywhere in today's food, in candy, ketchup, pudding, and canned food. They can also be found even in so-called healthy food, in whole grain bread, granola, Greek yogurt, and so on. According to researchers from George Washington University, roughly 3 in 4 packaged foods and drinks in the US now contain some kind of added sweetener. Besides being super addictive, they also may trick the brain into feeling hungry, especially if you're a woman, according to Dr. Kathleen Page, MD and Associate Professor of Medicine at University's Keck School. In other words, against your will, you may be developing an addictive habit of eating for 2 persons at the same time. That's truly horrible. And that's why trying to keep up a diet is an uphill battle you're always going to lose. Imagine somebody hooked on cocaine trying to overcome their addiction by eating salad? That's nonsense, and I think you've got the point. Today, food companies have invested heavily in designing products that use addictive ingredients, such as sugar, fat, salt, or artificial sweeteners, which bypass our natural appetite control mechanisms and hypnotize us to eat more. And after they encourage us to eat all day long, they blame us for getting fat. It's your fault for eating all that bad food, they say. It's your fault because you're late eating or binging. It's your fault because you didn't keep up with the diet. Like you, I was a victim of these dishonest crooks myself. But I'm here to tell you one thing and one thing only. No, it's not your fault. So please stop blaming yourself for something they tricked you into. These corrupt food companies, executives with souls darker than midnight, want us to eat all the time so they can rack in higher profits and buy a bigger yacht. Meanwhile, we get fatter, we get sicker, we get more miserable. Fortunately, there is a simple way out of this. And in a minute, I'm going to show you how you can effortlessly end this dangerous food addiction, which alone could help you hit your wildest weight goal sooner than you may think. But first, please hear me out. What if I told you that you can go on a really high carb, high sugar, junk food filled diet and yet still lose weight? You'd say that I'm crazy, right? Well, in fact, this is how both me and my wife lost more than 40 pounds of toxic, stubborn fat with 0 effort and 0 restrictions. So if this makes me crazy, but it can make you slim, then yes, you could say I'm crazy. Let me explain. Have you ever heard of the infamous Twinkie diet? In 2010, Mark Halb, a well-respected professor of human nutrition at Kansas State University, set out to prove something seemingly impossible: that you can lose fat no matter what kind of food you eat. To do this, Mark went on a crazy 10-week junk food diet. We're talking stuff like Twinkies, Little Debbie cakes, Doritos, Oreos, you name it. Guess what happened? He lost over 27 pounds and his body fat dropped from 33% to 24%. He slashed his bad cholesterol by 20% and reduced blood fat almost by half. So how did he manage to lose so much weight? Without any special exercise or special diets? Was this just a lucky fluke? A 1 in a million event? Well, not at all. Many other people going on weird or extreme diets manage to lose insane amounts of unwanted fat every single day. Fast food. A high school science teacher from Iowa lost 37 pounds in 90 days by eating only McDonald's food. Potatoes. This guy, who you can check on YouTube, went from 334 pounds to 117 pounds after eating, yes, just potatoes. Pizza. For 222 days, this man ate over 320,000 calories worth of delicious deep dish pizza. Look how great he looks. Ice cream. This guy went from 192 to 160 pounds in 14 weeks while eating 2,000 calories worth of ice cream every day. So how can someone lose so much fat, all while eating the foods that were supposedly to be having the opposite effect? Are these people more special? Well, as a matter of fact, yes. They have something you don't. Yet. An unfair advantage. Something which you could say forbids fat to form, no matter what or how much you eat. Something which I'm about to reveal in just a couple of very short minutes, so you can benefit from it and lose an insane amount of fat and completely change your life. So what makes them so special to eat whatever they want and still lose weight? Try as I might, I had to admit I couldn't crack this by myself. I needed help. So, with all the mountains of research and evidence I gathered, I once again turned to Charles Robert, the one who helped me with the test at Stanford University's world-famous Human Performance Lab. You see, Charles wasn't just a lifelong friend, scientist, and a specialist in weight loss with more than 20 years' experience collaborating as an independent medical researcher with top universities from all over the world. He was also at the end of his career, suffering from an incurable disease which gave him just a couple of years to live, maybe. I explained all about my discoveries regarding the eating habit switch from the 70s nobody in the mainstream media talks about. I told him about all my findings regarding the addictive substances crammed in today's diet. And of course, I asked him, how come some people who went full on junk food diets not only did not put on any extra pounds of fat, but instead managed to lose tons of weight? He smiled understandingly and told me, I'm at the end of my career, and soon I will pass away. This is life, so I might as well share my secret with you, as they cannot hurt me anymore. I was very intrigued. What was he talking about? Then, Charles told me something that would change my life forever. The secret of all these people who eat tons of junk food, yet still magically lose weight, is in fact no secret at all, but in fact is the effect of a group of rare and special substances and amino acids these people are naturally blessed with, which boost up their metabolism and allow them to transform fat into energy. Therefore, no matter how much they eat, they keep their body weight in perfect balance. And while 99% of the normal people unfortunately lack these high-octane substances in their bodies, the good news is that anyone can take the shortcut and add them to their diet and achieve the same results. A faster metabolism, which would help you burn more calories even while at rest. He also admitted that today's food is purposefully designed to be highly addictive and trick people into eating more. But then he told me that in fact, scientists have already found a group of special ingredients which tell the brain directly to stop the sensation of hunger. Basically, this would mean that anyone can easily and effortlessly eat no more and no less than their body requires without excruciating diets or extra willpower. This was truly incredible. But that was not all. Since Charles had nothing more to lose anyway, he told me about other incredible ingredients as well, which can power up the body to burn excess fat 24/7, suppress food cravings for good, and can help anyone maintain a perfect weight for years, if not decades. All this sounded too good to be true, and in some respect, it was. As Charles added that all these powerful and effective fat-burning ingredients cannot be patented by any company or anyone. So there's no way for a pharmaceutical company to profit from any of these natural substances, unless they chemically alter it and turn it into a drug, and the FDA approval process can take anywhere from 10 to 15 years. This is why the big weight loss industry spends billions of dollars every year suppressing the release of natural treatments, blocking research, and incentivizing the medical profession to dish out drugs which do absolutely nothing when it comes to weight loss, rather than encouraging them to recommend effective, fat-burning natural ingredients that work for us, not against us. It all finally made sense. But why hadn't any doctor or weight loss guru told me about this before? Why wasn't it in the news? Why weren't the US Department of Health or Weight Watchers or any other of the hundreds of organizations that claim to be dedicated to help us lose weight and improve our life and health shouting this from the rooftops? And then Charles opened my eyes one more time. Money. Everybody benefited from us getting fat. And the awful truth is that we pay twice for being obese. First, when we buy that junk food, and later when our health suffers. Naturally, I was angry, disgusted even. After all, the people we rely on to make us healthy were only interested in profiting from our pain and misery. When, as Charles told me, there was an undeniable scientific proof that in fact, there already existed a group of safe, effective, and 100% natural ingredients that could help anyone lose stubborn fat, no matter how overweight they are. Charles was as generous as I could have hoped, and decided to share all his knowledge with the world before he would pass away. Next, using all of his cutting-edge expertise, we spent almost a full year developing a sophisticated 3 stages fat loss solution based on his unique and secret natural ingredients formula. At Charles's recommendation, both me and my wife started taking the powerful fat-burning mix. Indeed, it was like something I've never tried. It wasn't a pill. It wasn't a horrible tasting powder either. And faster than I ever thought possible, I almost couldn't recognize myself in the mirror. I've lost more than 28 pounds and I felt amazing. I didn't count calories like a madman. I didn't weigh myself every hour. And most important, I didn't diet. I ate whatever I wanted until I was completely full, and that was it. All my food addictions were now gone. I really felt great. I slept like a baby throughout the night, and I was amazed by how much more energy I had day after day. Of course, I retook the DEXA scan, and the results left the doctors in shock. Almost all the visceral fat wrapping around my kidneys, lungs, and heart was now gone. But what made me really happy were the results experienced by Doris. All the extra fat she carried around her belly, the love handles around her waist, the double chin, and the flabby arms were now completely gone as well. I never thought this would be possible. But her life was now completely changed. Not only was she healthier, looked slimmer, and was losing more weight every day, but finally she had more confidence in the way she felt and looked. And even though she had a busy schedule with being a mom and a full-time job, Doris told me she felt at least 20 years younger. Of course, I needed to know if this was just some kind of fluke. So with the help of my son Alex, I created a private website and then visited weight loss forums and support groups, inviting anyone who wanted to be slim again to put the solution to the test themselves. In 7 days, I had 478 volunteers practically begging me to take part in the trial. The results? Well, they completely blew me away. Without exception, all 478 volunteers reported dramatic weight loss results. Men and women alike began sending us astonishing pictures with incredible transformations, losing 10, 15, 17, or even 20 pounds in record time, slashing their body fat from 20% to 15%, trimming the waistline with 10, 15, 20, or even 30 inches. Charles could barely believe it, and checked and rechecked the results over and over. Most scientists are thrilled if they see positive changes in 70 to 80% of patients, but we have achieved an almost 100% success rate, faster than we could have ever imagined. I received hundreds of emails and phone calls, not just from the US, but from all over the world, England, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and so on. Men and women as young as 16 to as old as 83 who were desperate to share their success stories and thank me for what I'd done. At that moment, I knew we couldn't keep this under wraps any longer, and I haven't. After seeing the horrible effect high body fat had on me and my wife, I've made it my life's mission to ensure that no one else has to suffer at the hands of obesity ever again. It took me over 6 months to find the best manufacturers in the industry, traveling the world looking for the highest quality, most effective ingredients. Ones that are perfect to help anyone lose weight and stay that way. When I got my first batch, I tested it 7 times with independent laboratories. The results I got back proved it was twice as powerful as I was hoping for, and many times more powerful than anything else on the market. Finally, I could say that I've created an all-natural weight loss solution proven to work by real people that will allow anyone to lose weight without any restrictive diets or military-style workout routines. And I've called it Keyslim Drops. a completely new, radical, and effective fat-burning complete solution which safely and effectively tackles weight loss from a totally new and scientific angle, around the clock, 365 days a year without fail. While every other weight loss pill, supplement, diet, or workout regimen fails, Keyslim Drops approach is like nothing you have ever seen before. It's specifically formulated to break once and for all addictive food eating. It delivers unmatched and unique powerful fat-burning and metabolism-boosting ingredients. It's designed to help your body burn unnecessary fat on the long run, day and night for months and even years. I am very proud to say that Keyslim has already transformed the health and lives of 74,000 people so far, and I am 100% sure it'll achieve the same spectacular results for you too. Of course, you don't have to take it from me, so please, let me share some of the most inspiring success stories, like this one coming from Joanna M. from Michigan, who couldn't stand anymore being overweight and ridiculed by others.
This is the only product that has worked for me. I saw the excellent reviews and I decided to give it a try. I got it in a couple of days and I started taking it as advice. For the first time in my life, I've lost 20 pounds without any effort at all.
Or Michelle F. from Illinois, who says,
"This gave me freedom. I never knew about food addiction before, and I've always blamed myself for overeating. But now I actually feel confident about the foods I'm eating and my own ability to keep the weight I've lost off. My energy is up. I have already dropped 2 dress sizes. I feel more confident, and I love how I look in the mirror. Trust me, this is not a miracle. It truly works."
Or Martin V. from Alabama, who says,
"I'm already 18 pounds down now, and for the first time in my life, I feel like I can finally do it. My beer belly almost gone now, and I still eat my favorite foods and have a drink whenever I feel like it. I'm happy, my wife is happy, life is finally good."
Those are just a few of the thousands of folks who rave about how Keyslim completely changed their lives. Now, before I'll explain what Keyslim Drops contains and how it works, I want you to understand proper and effective weight loss is a process, not an event. That's why it has to go through 3 very specific phases that will bring you specific benefits. Here's how it works. Stage 1, break the addiction cycle. Suppress the appetite naturally and eat just enough to satisfy your cravings. Here's a story you know too well. If you've ever tried to lose weight and keep it off, then surely you are familiar with those feelings of uncontrollable hunger and strong food cravings. But you know it's not your fault for giving in to temptation. You've seen how the corrupt big food industry tricks you into eating more by messing up with your brain. Fortunately, today you can break the artificial addiction cycle. This is the only solution. But here's the best part. Once you break the addiction cycle, you'll still be able to enjoy an ice cream, a slice of pizza, a glass of wine, or those lovely small chocolate bits that you love so much and make life a little bit happier. You won't have to give up on those. Let me please repeat that. You won't have to give up on your favorite food, because finally you will feel full, happy, and satisfied by eating just enough. For example, you won't feel the need to eat a full pizza of 3,000 calories. Instead, after just a couple of slices, you'll feel full, and your brain will say, "Hey, you're good now." No need for extras. So instead of 3,000 calories, you'll eat just 200, 300 calories worth of food. That's more than 10 times less than what you'd normally do, which means 10 times less potential fat sticking onto your thighs or bellies. To make this possible, Keyslim contains the big 5 essential ingredients scientifically proven to help control hunger urges and cravings: L-ornithine, chromium picolinate, Eleuthero, Gymnema sylvestre, and GABA. You see, the science of weight loss is rapidly advancing, yet nobody in the food industry wants you to know this. But recently, a team of researchers from the University of Warwick in Coventry, United Kingdom, have made a groundbreaking discovery that will completely transform dieting and weight loss practices. Scientists found that a group of cells called tanocytes communicate with the brain directly to tell it to stop the sensation of hunger. Basically, what they say is that your brain has a hunger off switch, and it may be possible to switch it off faster. And to do this, the perfect ingredients are L-ornithine and chromium picolinate, which are primarily used by top athletes and bodybuilding champions to enhance their performance. They are humans too, and they have cravings like all of us, yet they hardly have any fat, do they? This is not magic, but science. And it was independently confirmed by researchers from Pennington Biomedical Research Center, Louisiana State University, and from the Laboratory of Regulation in Metabolism and Behavior, Japan, who proved beyond any doubt that these ingredients help drastically reduce food intake, hunger, and cravings. The next ingredients used to break the addiction cycle are Eleuthero and Gymnema sylvestri. Many people, myself included, are stress eaters. Therefore, whenever they're stressed, they eat more and gain weight. Nevertheless, scientists prove that both Eleuthero and Gymnema further help reduce a person's craving for sweets and stress eating. Less stress eating, less weight gain, correct? The fifth and last ingredient for this stage is GABA, which is an essential brain neurotransmitter. Here's the kicker. Breakthrough research published by the National Center for Biotechnology has uncovered that GABA can suppress the appetite and cravings for addictive foods, which are high in fat, sugar, and salt, by up to 30% or even more. Moreover, GABA can also improve mood, relieve anxiety, improve the quality of sleep, and even help women suffering from PMS. Let's move on to stage 2 now. Super accelerate your metabolism to actually burn the existing fat. Now that the toxic food addiction cycle has been fully stopped, it's time to address the most urgent inconvenience you're feeling right now. How to effectively burn all that excess fat from your body, even when you're at rest. And thanks to science, this is actually pretty simple, but only if you have the right ingredients to do it. L-glutamine and L-carnitine are two essential amino acids, which can promote fat burning throughout your body, even without extra life cycle changes. There's a whole lot of science to it, of course, but to keep it simple, we'll put it this way. These ingredients alone could very well be the answer to your weight loss dreams. And this claim is also heavily backed by science. One analysis on 9 separate studies done by the School of Nutritional Sciences and Dietetics, mostly in obese individuals, found that people lost an average of 2.9 pounds more weight while taking L-carnitine. With higher levels of L-carnitine and L-glutamine, your body becomes more efficient at burning visceral fat, wrapped around your heart, liver, and lungs. Another great ingredient which stops fat cell production is quite exotic. I'm talking about guarana, a powerful appetite suppressant by the Guarani, a tribe of the Brazilian Amazon, and for a good reason. According to research performed by the Department of Nutrition, King's College University of London, guarana alone may boost your metabolism by up to 11% over 12 hours. A faster metabolism means your body burns more calories at rest. Basically, you burn calories and unwanted fat just by doing your day-to-day activities. And because sudden weight loss often leads to loose skin, we've also added a potent licorice extract to further enhance the appearance of dry and damaged skin by reducing flaking and restoring its youthful suppleness. Of course, we didn't stop there. Effectively boosting metabolism without any major effort on your part is not an easy thing to accomplish. So we've added another 2 special ingredients, which you may already know. I'm talking about delicious raspberry ketones and green tea leaf extract. In one study in 60 obese individuals, those taking green tea extract lost 7.3 more pounds and burned 183 more calories per day after 3 months than those not taking the extract. Now, if you ask me, what I hate most about being fat is the belly, right? That ball of ugly fat grows larger and larger every day, and nothing seems to work to make it disappear. Not anymore. You see, we've also added 3 special ingredients which specifically target the waist and hip circumference. I'm talking about AME, better known as African mango extract, forskolin, and capsicum. Let me explain. In a 10-week randomized controlled study performed by the Laboratory of Nutrition and Nutritional Biochemistry, overweight adults who took AME daily experienced an average 28 pounds of weight loss and a 6.4-inch reduction in waist circumference. There was also an astounding drop in total cholesterol of 40% and blood glucose of 19%. This ingredient alone is worth its weight in gold when it comes to weight loss. To further reduce waist and hip fat deposits, We also added forskolin, which burns fatty acids without affecting lean muscle mass. Add capsicum, which increases metabolism by boosting body temperature, and it's also a great appetite suppressant. Now, let's move to the last, stage 3, which deals with long-term fat burning. You've broken the toxic food addiction cycle. You've super boosted your metabolism to burn fat at an accelerated rate. Now it's time to keep it that way and make sure unwanted fat stays off of you for good. This is the most important part. But before I reveal how you can achieve that, let me repeat something. Keyslim Drops was not designed as a one-hit wonder. This is a long-term solution, not a scam or a magic bullet. The point is to be able to look great and wear your favorite clothes, not just for 1 or 2 months from now, but also for the next season, and maybe for years to come, if you choose so. That's the unique philosophy behind Keyslim, and my promise to you. Once you've lost those pounds, they stay off you for good. Here's how we'll make this happen. First of all, from the Andes Mountains of Peru, we've added maca root. This plant has been praised for more than 2,000 years as a natural stimulant used to speed up the metabolism at a constant rate, burn more calories on a daily basis, and create sustainable weight loss over time. Moreover, maca root is especially great for women. One clinical study published in the International Journal of Biomedical Science proved that maca can alleviate menopausal symptoms such as hot flashes and night sweats. Then we've added the perfect amount of grapefruit and grapeseed extract, which have been shown to stop long-term fat deposits and reduce the absorption of fat from our diets. Last but not least, to support even the most exigent long-term weight loss reductions, we've added not just 1, but 4 essential amino acids. The secret unfair advantage of all those people who stay slim no matter how much they eat: tyrosine, which regulates thyroid hormones and helps your body burn the excess calories day and night and use them for energy. L-tryptophan, which functions as a great long-term appetite suppressant and is also highly effective against insomnia. And last but not least, we've added beta-alanine and L-arginine to allow your body to use accumulated fats as a source of energy. More energy on a daily basis, less fat on the long run. Is this all inside Keyslim? Of course not. We wanted to create the ultimate formula which will not only help you look great, but also allow you to feel amazing and enjoy life like every day is a Sunday. That's why Keyslim Drops has astragalus and panax ginseng, which further increase positive energy and boost stamina. And L-euthero, especially important as it supports bone strength and helps stabilize blood sugar levels. And one last secret ingredient, hydrochloric acid, or HCl for short, which is considered one of the most important fluids found in the human body, as it helps your body to break down, digest, and absorb nutrients. How great does that sound? In total, Keyslim is conveniently packaged with over 24 essential weight loss powerhouse herbs and ingredients which break the toxic food addiction cycle so you'll eat just enough of what you want without any excesses. B. Kickstart the metabolic burning process of the already existing visceral fat deposits. C. Put you in total control over your long-term weight so you can make sure those unwanted pounds will soon be a thing of the past. Up until now, getting these 24 compounds in a laboratory-grade quality that allows you to actually notice an effect was nearly impossible. However, now you can get them all in one place for a limited period of time. With Keyslim Drops, you're going to feel the difference right away, and you'll wish you'd started taking this years ago. Imagine cranking up your metabolism to where it's burning fat all the time, when you sleep, when you eat, when you're watching TV, or just hanging out with your friends or family. Imagine how much more energy you'll have and more confidence in the way you look. No more worrying about the way others judge you. No more yo-yo dieting. No more blaming yourself for how you look. You don't have to suffer anymore. And today you can finally make a difference. One that will save you not only thousands of dollars, but offer you freedom and control. Starting today, you'll finally be able to drop pound upon pound of stubborn belly fat with no effort at all. And please, take a second and picture yourself 20 or 30 pounds lighter. You'll fall in love with yourself once again, and so will others, because you'll have one less problem to worry about. You'll be able to take full control once again over your weight. Your sex life will also improve, and you'll regain your confidence in society, improving your life and how others see you. Strong, independent, and full of confidence. And let me tell you this. You'll laugh when you'll see others who are just like you, still struggling to lose weight, keeping up with useless diets, or torture themselves endlessly in the gym. Today is your chance to regain your dignity. Imagine feeling excited about your day because now you can accomplish anything. Your body feels strong. You jump out of bed, active, alive. Your mind feels crystal clear. You feel focused. Imagine feeling a surge of energy you haven't felt in years or even decades. Imagine feeling all the vitality you've longed for. Now, you'll feel good again in your skin without any worries, fears, or anxiety. And imagine the feeling you'll have when you know that every day from now on, you're dramatically reducing your risk of dangerous overweight problems, which will mean you're able to be the master of your domain with a strong health that will allow you to be fully functional for years to come. All you have to do is take Keyslim once a day and witness the results. No scooping, no blending, no nonsense. It's as easy as that. Just add 2 drops in 1 glass of water a day, and this incredible combination of ingredients goes to work in your body, while you keep doing your business as usual. No effort at all. But let me tell you this, if you're consistent with this little daily habit, the results you'll witness might shock you. 10, 20, 25, 30 pounds of disgusting fat gone. Yes, that's right, gone. And over time, this will also help your body repair the inflammation and cellular damage that's responsible for more serious health problems as you get older. It could not be any simpler. Thousands of women and men just like you are transforming their health and their lives as I speak, thanks to Keyslim Drops. Well, you may ask, this all sounds nice, but aren't there other similar products out there which offer the same amazing benefits? Well, that's what I would ask as well if I were you. And this is a question everyone should ask. You can go directly on Amazon right now. I am absolutely sure there's no other product on the market right now that even resembles the complexity of the formula I've put together for this blend. I even strongly encourage you to do your own research and see how, in fact, 99% of the so-called weight loss solutions out there are doing more harm than good. Very disappointed that I bought it. Doesn't work for me at all. I actually feel like I'm gaining weight. Tried one with no results whatsoever. Not a single pound of fat lost. A total waste of money. So I beg you, stop wasting your hard-earned money and time using such ineffective solutions. Because Keyslim works differently. It stops the toxic food addiction cycle, which alone is enough to put the brakes on piling up more fat. It boosts your resting and active metabolism 24/7, transforming fat into energy with the help of some of the most powerful, scientifically proven ingredients out there. But it also does one more important thing. It actually helps you keep your ideal weight over time. Like a powerful engine, once it's turned on, it'll continue to burn fat at an already and constant rate, day and night. So the next question you're probably asking is this: how much is Keyslim? How can I get it? Well, before I answer that, I want to make it clear that you shouldn't be thinking of this as a cost at all. I know money is important, but there's something even more important than money, and you know it. I'm talking about your health. Nobody wants to be morbidly obese or to spend the rest of their life tied to a wheelchair or imprisoned in their own house, unable to move. That's why I want you to think of this as an investment in your long-term health, which is the most important investment you could ever make. A stronger heart, clear arteries and veins without any fat clogs, leaner muscles, stronger joints and legs, everything that is important to you, so you can get back to enjoying life again without additional worries, embarrassment, costs, or inconvenience. In contrast, the decision to walk away and save money today will not only cost you your health and many years of your life, but it will cost you tens of thousands of dollars too. Remember, if you don't make the right choice today, you could end up spending up to $135,000 on dangerous and ineffective pills or diets, or even $25,000 at best on painful gastric bypass surgeries. The average medical care costs for an obese person are double than for a normal weight individual, and they'll only get higher. Who in their right minds would choose that? So the decision to invest a tiny amount today will not only transform your health and happiness, but it'll save you a colossal amount of money over the next 10, 20, 30 years or more. So tell me, how much value do you place on your health? Whatever that figure is in your head, forget it. Because the last thing I want is for price to be a factor in your decision. In fact, making money was literally the last thing on my mind when I set out on this journey. My mission was to gather the best and most powerful fat-burning and metabolism-boosting ingredients in the world into one single product that would help as many people as possible live a better life. And I'm happy to say that number is now well over 74,000. And many people I've spoken to have said that they would have happily paid even $1,000 for a single bottle after experiencing the life-changing results for themselves. But I'm not going to ask you for anything like that figure. In fact, I'm not going to ask you for even a quarter of that, or even 1/10 for that matter. Instead, for a strictly limited time, you can pick up Keyslim at the largest discount I'll ever be able to offer simply by choosing your money-saving package now. And here's the best part. You can really step up your savings big time when you choose to take advantage of our most popular 3-bottle discount package or our 6-bottle ultimate discount package, both of which will save you a ton of money on top of today's already special pricing. Remember, this is a severely discounted one-time offer that you will not have access to again once you leave this page. Therefore, in order to avoid future disappointment or price increases, be sure to pick up the multi-package discount at a huge savings today. So which money-saving package should you choose? I'm going to be brutally honest with you now. Losing 10, 20, or even 30 pounds of fat is not an easy thing to do unless you have the perfect tools to do that. Who tells you otherwise and promises miraculous 1 pound a day fat-burning solutions is a straight-up liar. That's why, if you're absolutely serious about achieving your weight goal, I recommend securing at least 3 bottles. This will allow your body to stop the toxic food addiction habits, start turning excess calories into energy, and effectively torch that fat that may have been plaguing you for who knows how many years. And this is my solid promise to you. Once you get your system back on track, you'll be amazed at how much better you'll feel. The old days of carrying around excess fat will be a thing of the past. And it's such a great feeling to know that you'll have one less problem to worry about. But I'm sure you want more than that, because Keyslim is not just about losing weight. It's about transforming your life altogether. And here's a little secret I want you to take advantage of. Based on the feedback we've got so far, 97% of those who took Keyslim for more than 3 months reported a host of incredible side benefits. Better sleep, improved mood, higher energy levels, reduced post-meal sluggishness, and almost zero cravings. More regular bathroom habits, better immunity, a clearer skin, and even increased sex drive. So how committed are you to change your life, not just for a couple of months, but for years to come? If you don't want to keep living a life that feels more like a chore than joy, if you want to be independent and fat-free for many years to come and live your life without the fear of embarrassing yourself in public, my advice is to take advantage now of our 6-bottle ultimate discount package to maximize savings. Oh, one more thing. Even though Keyslim is very powerful and effective, honestly, there's no way for me to know how much unwanted fat you're struggling with now. Maybe you're morbidly obese, just like me and Doris were. Maybe you suffer from other health conditions, or you have a slower metabolism which makes you naturally predisposed to gain fat. So I strongly suggest you make the right investment for your health with confidence and make the correct choice by choosing your package now. That's it. It's a one-time payment, you get everything today, but before you take action, there's something else I want to make clear. If you're a little skeptical about whether this can really work for you, I completely understand. After all, maybe like me, you've also tried a lot of solutions only to see no actual improvement whatsoever. So here's what I'm going to do. I want to help you harness the full power of Keyslim Drops and experience this radical weight loss solution immediately. So to prove to you that Keyslim Drops really works, and because I want as many people to get their hands on it as possible while it's still available, I'm going to give you a 60-day risk-free money-back guarantee. This means you have a full 2 months to put Keyslim Drops to the test. And if you don't see a dramatic improvement in your everyday life, if you're not satisfied with your results, if you don't wake up in the morning more energized and focused, If you don't experience a feeling of well-being, peace, and calmness throughout the day, then simply email me at the address provided in the members area and I will refund every single cent with no questions asked. This is my ironclad promise, 100% money back refund even if the bottle is completely empty. I mean, I can't say fairer than that, right? But a risk-free guarantee isn't all that you'll be getting, because I'm going to sweeten the deal even more. That's why I'm set up something truly special. If you act right away and complete your order in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to give you a unique one-time offer. The Keyslim Drops Fast Action Upgrade, the all-in-one essential kit for women and men over 40, designed to improve and boost your health and keep you young and strong for years. With the Fast Action Upgrade Kit, you'll receive the following exclusive Fast Action bonuses and benefits. The first bonus is called a Biohacking Secrets, which has a normal retail value of $97. How would you like to hack your way to more energy, maximize your true potential, and unleash the best version of yourself? Biohacking Secrets is the perfect solution for those who want to hack their mind and body with the use of modern technology to improve their quality of life. Biohacking is about optimizing your life and body through the use of biology, research, and technology, allowing you to increase your energy, enhance your focus, and boost your performance. The second bonus is called Supercharge Your Body, a step-by-step guide to boosting your immune system, which has a normal retail value of $97, but today you can get it for free. You'll benefit so much by going through the exclusive guide, which contains the best expert recommendations on topics such as how to charge your immune system in no time and stay healthy, customized activities that will help you apply the changes right away and start improving your immune system, over 50 extra resources that will deepen your knowledge and help you support your immune system, and so much more. And get this, both Biohacking Secrets and Supercharge Your Body come with 20 helpful videos which you can watch right away. This way, you can easily speed up your transformational journey with more clarity so you get more results in less time. Simple, effective, and very powerful. The third bonus is called One Day Detox Miracle Guide, which has a normal retail value of $67. Effective, steady, and long-term weight loss goes hand in hand with a healthy body. And no genuine treatment can fully proceed in a toxic body environment. The One Day Detox Miracle Guide can be used by anyone to flush out toxins and replace them with essential healthy nutrients for your skin, eyes, hair, and internal organs. And because it's so powerful and effective, you'll need to use this detox only once a month for under $15, all in all an hour or less. So let me quickly recap. For the small, one-time only investment that you see below, you'll get instant access to your selected discounted package of Keyslim Drops, the Biohacking Secrets, Supercharge Your Body, and One Day Detox Miracle Guide ebooks and video courses, all worth over $260. That's a really unbeatable weight loss and complete well-being and life-changing offer. And don't forget, your order is fully protected by my 60-day money-back guarantee, which means there is absolutely no risk on your part at all. So make your choice and click on the Buy Now button below and start your journey towards a life full of rest during the night and energy during the day in the next 90 seconds. Of course, you can always choose the basic package. Some people do so, but again, I'm sure you wouldn't want to miss out on all the great benefits and added protection for free and at no extra risk if you act now. And go for the exclusive Keyslim 3 or 6 bottles option, which also come with the exclusive bonuses worth well over $260 alone. I'm sure you'll thank yourself later for doing the right thing. All you have to do is enter your payment details, place your order, and in a couple of days from this moment, you'll get Keyslim discreetly delivered to your home. But act now. It's the only way to secure your package while supplies last. Keyslim comes in a limited edition. Once we cannot make the formula as I have intended, I will personally discontinue the production. And that moment may come any day now. So right now, you have 2 options. Option 1, ignore everything you've learned in today's video. Go about your life in the way it was before you've arrived here. Keep fighting the uphill battle against unwanted fat. Do you really think that doing the same thing over and over will give you different results? I don't think so. If you choose to go down this dark path, you can expect to experience the same embarrassment and frustration that comes from being overweight and exhausted all of the time. The very same reasons that brought you to this video in the first place. You may sit and watch in guilt how others, maybe friends of yours or family, who were just like you until yesterday, are now fit, look great, and look at you with pity. And you may feel ashamed as you watch your romantic life suffer because you never have the energy or desire to enjoy those intimate moments. In fact, if you don't take action today, you'll do exactly what the mainstream big food and weight loss industry wants you to do. Keep eating their addictive foods, remain hooked on their toxic ingredients, and get fatter and fatter. Unless you're one of the tiny fraction of people who have been blessed with extraordinary genetics, the hard truth is that more and more disgusting fat will continue to pile up and suffocate your organs as you get older if you do nothing to stop it. These are not problems that just go away on their own, and doing nothing is going to inevitably cut your life short by years or even decades. Is that really a risk you want to take for the sake of a few bucks? I'm not trying to scare you here. There are very real risks for doing nothing. Or there's the second option, the smart option. A proven path paved by both men and women who have experienced miraculous weight loss and health transformations that doctors told them were impossible. This lighter path gives you the power to take control over your health and lead you to complete fat loss and the boundless energy that comes with it, physical, mental, and spiritual. All it takes is investing a tiny one-time payment in Keyslim today, so you can put it to the test completely risk-free for a full 60 days. I'm always impressed when people tell me, "Mr. Harris, I never believed I could return to a normal weight and a normal life again. You give me all I ever wanted. God bless you." That's when I knew I had done it right with Keyslim. The powerful natural ingredients in this formula can help you achieve your dream as well. You deserve better than a life of pain and constant suffering. And this could very well be your choice to make it happen. Tens of thousands of people right across the world now have many happy years to look forward to, without the fear and frustration and inconvenience of being unable to lead their lives as they should because of fat. And this is your chance to join them. But time is running out. So I really urge you to take this opportunity to transform your life while you still can. Make the right decision now and choose your best Keyslim package. And remember, the special first-time customer offer is only available for a limited period of time or until supplies run out. Just try one bottle of Keyslim right now. Get instant savings off the price of a single bottle and feel the effects for yourself. And don't forget, you'll get significantly deeper discounts on larger packages. Choose your package below and put Keyslim to the test. Completely risk-free for the full 60 days. And finally, start living your life the way you truly deserve, healthy and rested and full of energy. I look forward to hearing your success story very soon. Still here? No problem. I completely understand. After all, what I've just revealed is pretty shocking, I know. It's a lot to take in, and you might still have a few questions that you need answering, which is why I've decided to compile a list of my most frequently asked questions so you have all the information you need to make an informed decision. So let's start with the most common question. If Keyslim works so well, why didn't Big Pharma develop it themselves? That's a good question. But what you might not know is that natural ingredients cannot be patented by any company or anyone. So there's no way for a pharmaceutical company to profit from them in any kind of natural substance. Unless they chemically alter it and turn it into a drug. And the FDA approval process can take anywhere from 10 to 15 years. This is why Big Pharma spends billions of dollars every year suppressing the release of natural treatments, blocking research, and incentivizing the medical profession to dish out drugs as a first line of defense against every health condition, rather than encouraging them to recommend natural foods and treatments. Natural products that are proven to work are the #1 enemy of Big Pharma. The second question is, does Keyslim really work? Look, we're all human beings, and our bodies all function in the same way. Sure, results will vary across individuals. Some will be able to drop fat lightning fast, while others it may take a bit longer. As I've told you, There's no way for me to know how much unwanted fat you're struggling with now. Maybe you suffer from other health conditions, or you have a slower metabolism which makes you naturally predisposed to gain fat. But ultimately, the specific nutrients, vitamins, and minerals found in Keyslim will have the same positive effects on everyone. That's my personal promise to you. And to prove it, this remedy has already worked for over 74,000 people. So why would it not work for you? And that leads me to more questions that I often get asked. Will this remedy work for me? And the answer is yes, absolutely. As I said, Keyslim has received praise from thousands of people already, but I completely understand if you're feeling a little skeptical. And that's why your order comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. If you don't see dramatic improvement when you look in the mirror, because this is the ultimate proof of your transformation. If you don't wake up in the morning more energized and focused, if you don't experience a feeling of well-being, peace, and calmness throughout the day, or you change your mind for any reason at all, then simply email me at the address provided in the members area, and I will issue you with a full and prompt refund. No catch, no hoops jump through, and that's a promise you can bank on. Will my details be secure? Yes, I can absolutely guarantee it. Our ordering system contains state-of-the-art encryption technology, so when you order with us, your information is 100% safe and secure. How long will this be available for? The truth is, I really don't know. I've already been threatened with legal action if I don't remove this presentation immediately, and I can't fight the big food industry or the greedy fake weight loss gurus for much longer. So they will stop at nothing to prevent a natural treatment for all these from hitting the market and threatening their huge profits. So, if you want a proven, safe, and completely natural way to actually burn fat starting today, to kick toxic food addiction, to ramp up your metabolism and burn excess calories 24/7 without any diets or struggle, but also to transform your overall health in the process, then I urge you to act now while you still have the chance. Go ahead, choose your package and click on the Buy Now button below and get started completely risk-free for a full 60 days.